What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video I want to discuss with you a topic that I feel very passionately about, and that is the expansion of knowledge, building up your own knowledge base so you can influence your own training, your own life, and improve it, basically. So this video has been requested quite a few times. I've been asked over a lot of videos what my book recommendations would be. I've given sort of snippets and I've recommended individual books in different videos, but I wanted just to bring that all together and sum it up into my top 3 book recommendations for specifically bodyweight athletes. This video is going to be focused more around sport and nutrition. I'm going to keep it simple, try and nail it down to 3 essential books that I think everyone should be reading if they're in this space. I would kind of like to go more into the philosophy side of things, but didn't really want to make that into another video. If that's something you're interested in, then leave a comment down below. For this video, it's going to be focused around books to help you be a better bodyweight athlete. When I started getting into fitness and nutrition and all of those sort of different elements of creating a better lifestyle, I was watching a lot of Elliot Hulse, and he's a big proponent of kind of people should read books every day, build your knowledge up, build your own library of books that are going to essentially equate to your character. I started reading books based off him, and I tried to read kind of like a book a month. Slowly I just read like half an hour every morning with a coffee. Every day try and learn something new, try and move my knowledge a little bit more, and I think it's probably one of the best decisions I've made in terms of this whole like fitness journey thing. So I want to share with you my recommendations to get you started on your journey to furthering your own knowledge in this space. Let's jump straight into it. The first book I want to recommend is actually the first book I ever bought in regards to fitness. It is called How to Eat, Move and Be Healthy by the man Paul Chek. As I mentioned earlier about Elliot Hulse inspiring me to start learning more and reading more, this was actually based off his recommendation as well, because I'm pretty sure he's done some training with Paul Chek. He's been in multiple videos with him, and he's mentioned him and referenced him a lot throughout his videos. So I was kind of interested. I bought the book How to Eat, Move and Be Healthy, and as I said, it's the first book that I bought, and it kind of set me on this path towards like a holistic, natural perspective on movement and on nutrition. The reason I want to recommend Paul's book is because it's so much more than a lot of diet books out there. It's somewhat less dogmatic. I mean, you can do the nutrition recommendations that he makes in this book, as well as the lifestyle recommendations. If you're vegan, if you're paleo, if you're just looking to eat a better diet, there's quite a lot of variance there. It has some general principles which are important to follow, and I think a lot of his research is backed up in not only science but also from an ancestral point of view with Western aid price as well. As I mentioned earlier, he talks a lot about lifestyle, and I think probably a majority of the book is actually not nutrition, but it's all about stress management, managing your nervous system, getting energy flowing right. He's very fond of Eastern medicine and that kind of yin and yang balance, which I think is really terribly important. I mean, I made videos about it in a more scientific sense, which is like your heart rate variability, but that kind of balance is crucial to maximizing your training, and also just for general life. Like, you don't want to be stressed out all the time. It's not a good place to be in. He's also got loads of good stuff about detoxing, also the importance of organic farming and how that kind of ties into our ecology. It's just an overall awesome book. I mean, the majority of it is to do with managing your stress levels, managing your nervous system and nutrition and sleep and all that sort of lifestyle stuff, and then there is that kind of extra cool bits and bobs, and it comes with some useful surveys as well, so you can assess which parts of your life need to be worked on and need to be improved. So I think it's a really invaluable tool. I actually like Chek so much that I am a holistic life coach, or I've started my holistic life coach. I'm kind of level 1, so I'm getting my way through that, and I'm also on his exercise coach scheme, so I'm kind of slowly working my way up and getting qualified through Paul Chek, because I really like his approach to a more holistic take on nutrition, sports, movement, life. As with all these books that I'm going to talk about today, guys, you can find them in the description down below with links to where to buy them and links to everything. So check out the description down below if you want to. The second book I want to talk about today is specifically to do with bodyweight training, and to be honest, I found this book and I was like, holy crap, how have I not heard more about this book? It's changed my training completely. And that is Overcoming Gravity. Now, it's only on a piece of paper because I've got the ebook that I bought rather than the actual physical book. This book is incredible for bodyweight movements. As you can see at the front, it's very gymnastics orientated. It basically kind of blows the whole lid off this like somewhat untalked about topics of like gymnastic skills training. It's really hard to find good information out there, which is partly why I started making videos, because I spent so long trying to find good information about how to train these gymnastic skills, and there's so much like weird information out there that this book was just like a miracle. Because I found it and I was like, oh my god, now I can actually get underway and start training properly. He takes you through a fully systematic approach on how to build a gymnastics program. Basically, if you read this book, you'll be able to build your own program from the bottom up. He's got everything from periodization to how to overload, how to choose the right progression, how to assess if you're at the right level to start taking on further moves. He's got loads of mobility stuff. The injury section of that book is absolutely incredible. Like, I would say probably a third of the book is just talking about injury and recovery and like how you can manage different aches and pains you get, which a lot of people do get when they do gymnastics training because it's such a mobility intense sport, kind of like your one-stop tour of everything that's like gymnastics, bodyweight, skill orientated. So for obvious reasons I recommend this book to you guys, because if you do want to create your own program and you're kind of stuck, not sure which way to turn. Obviously I gave out the Project Planche, which at the time was my best thoughts on how to program for planche training, but it is somewhat since changed, which I'll be releasing a new program soon, by the way. But if you want to get started and you want to take your knowledge further and learn how to set up your own program and make something really tailored to you rather than a general overall program, then this book is definitely incredible for that. And then, as I said, and gymnastics and bodyweight skills training is very essential on mobility. So the last book I want to recommend is Becoming a Supple Leopard. This book is kind of like Overcoming Gravity was before, the Bible of gymnastics and bodyweight skills training. This is the Bible of mobility training. Written by Kelly Starrett. It's jam-packed with everything. I mean, the first maybe third to half of the book is to do with theory and kind of all his archetypes, positional archetype, which kind of actually influenced my movement patterns that I put into my mobility video that I made. But then the rest of it is just kind of a catalogue of all these different exercises that you can use to mobilize pretty much every single part of your body that you can think of. He uses a lot of really cool techniques with foam rollers, resistance bands, and traction to like help mobilize your joints. He's very much grounded in kind of that loaded mobility sort of training. He doesn't tend to recommend too much static stretching as such. Most of it is loaded and active stretching, and his kind of whole take on how we move is just really interesting. I found this book really useful when I start getting nagging aches and pains, and I feel that I kind of have like tight spots here and there. I'll just turn to the book, I'll find that page that's associated with that like muscle, that movement archetype, and then I'll just drill that and it'll fix that problem. Again, it's been that like personal encyclopedia of if I have a tight spot, then I'll go there, I'll find out, and I'll fix the tight spot. The same with that Overcoming Gravity book. Oh, okay, I'm having trouble with this. I will go here and I'll look at what I can do to improve this area, or what I can do to help heal this injury. This is why these books are so great. You're not relying on somebody like me. I mean, I'm not very big or not super knowledgeable about this sort of stuff, but you're not relying on somebody like me to chop up information that they found elsewhere, present it to you, and you're kind of waiting for the person to present the information that you're waiting for. You just have all the information in front of you, which is why the 3 books that I recommend, I think the most comprehensive take on their specific fields. I think the holistic take that Chek brings to nutrition and lifestyle is essential if you want to make the most out of your training. The really systematic approach that Stephen Lowe presents in Overcoming Gravity is just so good and so important as well. Proper programming for gymnastics, bodyweight skills training, especially if you're not particularly genetically gifted like me, you know, being tall and lanky, that programming becomes even more important. And then in a sport that is so reliant on being mobile and being flexible and being able to get into some weird positions, having a book like Mobility Ward to help you tackle your tight spots and your weak spots is again just essential. And the nicest thing about all of this is that you can tailor it down to yourself. You can keep it individual. You don't have to be so generic and see videos on YouTube. It's all completely up to your own interpretation and down to your own body, which is why I love it. So those are my top 3 recommendations, guys. I really highly recommend you get these books. I know they maybe cost a lot of money. I think if you were to buy all 3 of them, then they would cost you probably about £100 to buy all 3. If I was to get them in an order, I probably would put them in the order that I presented them to you guys. Obviously, if you're more interested in training, bear in mind the whole holistic lifestyle approach and caring about your nutrition, but then maybe Stephen Lowe's book would probably be the most beneficial if training is all you cared about. If you're looking at just to get healthier, then I would recommend Chek's book, and the Mobility Ward is like a nice to have at the end. If you're really looking to progress your training, progress your knowledge, progress your mobility especially, then that's a really nice book to have. I'd love to hear what you guys think. What do you think of these recommendations? Do you have any other books that you'd like to recommend? Please leave a comment down below with those recommendations or your thoughts about my recommendations and any questions that you might have. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit the thumbs up button. It helps to support the channel. and show that you are enjoying the video so I can make more of the videos that you're going to enjoy. And finally, if you have a friend who's kind of stuck and not sure where they want to go, then share this video with them and hopefully they'll buy one of these books and get started in the right direction. That has been it for today, guys, though. Thank you for watching. Have a strong week and peace.
Chuki Production.